Hello, my name is George Grant. I'm a GGS Pro Technical Specialist with Griffin. Today I'll be giving you a quick refresher on identifying and controlling botrytis during the spring annual season. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to our technical team using the contact information provided on the slide. During this presentation, we'll be mentioning several chemical prevention and control options for botrytis. It is the responsibility of the grower to read and abide by any and all label directions and restrictions before applying a pesticide. Please note, labels do change, sometimes unannounced, so it's important to review your new containers for label changes. Also, there may be other chemicals not listed in this presentation that are safe and effective to use for combating botrytis. Botrytis can be found almost anywhere and at any time throughout the plant production season. It is a fungal pathogen that can attack any above ground portion of the plant, including leaves, stems, flowers, and fruit. With the right conditions consisting of low air movement, high relative humidity of 80% or higher, moderate to high temperatures between 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and low light conditions are always a dangerous combination for botrytis to thrive. Given its omnipresence in horticulture and agronomy, and its ability to develop quickly within a crop throughout the season, its ability to build up pesticide resistance is very common. This gray sporulation present on the primrose is characteristic of botrytis, hence one of its common names of gray mold. In this scenario, the foliage may have stayed damp from overhead irrigation for too long, which could be as little as 2 to 4 hours to allow botrytis to sporulate. The geranium bloom issue is another common situation where botrytis can thrive. Here we have a mass of tender plant tissue bunched together, not allowing air movement to pass between petals. Given the right environment, botrytis can devastate flower blooms. Zinnia is notorious for being affected by numerous pathogens. Here we can see how botrytis has negatively affected the newly developing growth, possibly because water was trapped between the developing foliage and the stem. We can also see on the left that botrytis can spread or even begin at the stem, causing a canker. Plants with botrytis stem cankers will oftentimes desiccate or topple over. Even if botrytis prefers higher temperatures, relative humidity increases in response to a decrease in temperature, which can be more problematic as surfaces will stay wet for longer. Cultural methods are the first line of defense against botrytis, so utilize HAF or VAF fans to increase airflow in the greenhouse when possible. Also, minimize putting moisture directly on open blooms and foliage during times of cold, cloudy weather. Research has also shown that excessive fertilizer levels can lead to an increase in susceptibility to botrytis outbreaks. Plants that are nutritionally underfed, physically or chemically damaged, and stressed due to biotic or abiotic issues can also promote botrytis development. Here are a few common go-to botryticides we recommend to growers for curing and preventing botrytis. Some chemicals allow for sprinching or being applied as a heavy spray application to the point before a substrate drench, such as Affirm, Medallion, Mural, and Pageant. This is particularly valuable for dealing with botrytis stem rot issues. It is important to follow the recommended label rates and rotate between modes of action to prevent resistance issues. Going back to the importance of fertilizer for a moment, calcium is a critical element to any fertilizer program. However, the plant can have a reasonably difficult time taking it up from the substrate under low light, high humidity, and low air movement conditions. In order to get around this, Dr. Jim Faust at Clemson University demonstrated that weekly foliar spray applications of calcium chloride dihydrate did a reasonable job preventing botrytis. Based on their research and grower experience, we have found that weekly applications of calcium chloride anywhere from 300 to 500 parts per million of calcium provides the grower several benefits. Our objective when applying calcium as a foliar spray is to have it dry slowly to enhance absorption into the plant. We also recommend using a surfactant-like capsule to help distribute the calcium across the leaf and flower surface. This table gives you an overview on how to mix up calcium chloride dihydrate for some desired concentrations. Out of these, the most common concentration we recommend is the first one, which is a ½ ounce per 3 gallons or 1 pound per 100 gallons, which equates to around 300 parts per million of calcium. I wanted to put this photo in to show you the damage botrytis can cause, which is sometimes misidentified as another issue like phytotoxicity from a chemical application. In this situation, botrytis began attacking the plant, but naturally dried out because the environment changed. These scars, or ghost spots as we like to call them, were left behind. Moral of the story is to not wait on the environment because it may or may not change on its own, and it may be too late to save the quality of the crop by the time it does. Actively scout to identify botrytis if present, and if so, try to enhance the environment and get an appropriate botryticide on immediately. Thank you again for watching this video. If you have any questions, please reach out to our GGS Pro team or your local sales representative. If you have any topics you'd like us to present a video on, we'd really like to hear your suggestions. Thank you. Have a great day.